or commentating from, or viewing?
From here.
Okay.
Yeah, well, as long as you have it all set up, they should hear us fine on the stream, and I'll double check it when you start it.
Okay. I
Before
gotcha.
you start it.
Move. Yeah,
Make
I'm
sure
on.
Terrence is ready.
Yeah, he just sent me an invite, right? He just sent me an invite. So I'm gonna accept it now.
Yeah, look.
Alright, so we're at the matchup screen now.
Alright, looks like Kia's already started up. Okay, yep, we're live.
Alright, so you can hear yourselves on my stream?
That's what I'm gonna double check.
Yeah.
Roger, say something. Make sure we're live.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Mic check.
Yeah, we got it.
Y'all are live?
Yep,
All
we're
good? Alright, so...
We're gonna post a link to Twitter and all that.
Yeah, it should be up. Let me just make sure it's there.
Y'all live? Yep, all good.
Yep, I can hear y'all. I'm on my channel now, so... A little bit of a delay.
Yeah, that's the other reason you have to do it this way, is me and Roger will be on the same delay, so we can do the commentary.
Right.
So it'll be fine. Whereas if you try to stay in it, like, you'll be ahead of us, you know, and it never works out.
Okay, yep, it's on the link is on my Twitch. So we're gonna go in and then I'll put my headset down so I don't hear you guys commentating.
Yep.
Perfect. Let's make sure I have my right playbook. Yes, I do. And away we go. And I'll mute myself as well.
What's the Twitch channel?
I'll post a link for you. Post it in the SSL chat.
So our fine viewers will be in for a bit of a different experience tonight. Should be fun. I like the potential that this offers.
That's a great idea. Just so it doesn't like mute us too, kid, just put the headset down. Don't even mute yourself. I don't think.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be safe.
Alright.
Alright, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to need
Prepare
my
to be eviscerated for all your mistakes.
OGA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State in the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Carolina Panthers and the Dallas Cowboys. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Taking it all the way through the end zone. Have you noticed that even playing in stadiums that should have wins, we're still winning?
This is a dome, right?
Yeah, like playing dome stadiums, there's still wins sometimes.
That doesn't really surprise me, to be honest with you. It is not surprising.
Okay, the rocking rolls with a 4-4. Look at that linebacker.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see. I haven't seen the
alignment
Cowboys
there
play
on the
yet.
right outside linebacker, just sitting on a couple of these. He's trying to
Yeah, he's gonna get out leverage
They'll
downside.
wind up losing yardage here
Huge
back at the
here.
21-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second
right to the
down.
outside.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I
Probably
want to
not
see how this
taking
defense
the
continues to play him here in
line
the
that was
first
giving
half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I. He has the ability to take over
The
a
leverage is
game.
so important.
So what do you do?
Stopping
Yeah, I
the
think you
running.
have to make sure that you bottle him in at
That
varying
outside,
levels.
heavy
Because if you
outside
crowd
alignment is
everyone to
needed.
the line of scrimmage, if he
block
breaks
shit.
through,
3 different
there's
guys.
nothing but room to run.
Make some switch.
And nearly an interception here on
Use
their
your key
opening
play here.
drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively
Ooh,
here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored. Give yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now we get a timeout called on the defensive
So I'm
side
expecting,
of the
I
ball
don't
by
know
the
what you're
Panthers.
playing on. I'm expecting
They'll have
most
2
of them to
remaining
match.
as we step aside here in this first quarter.
That's what he talks about a lot.
Well, certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14.
You don't have the wheel route. So he's got Tampa 2 with Keith Blue.
Working out of the
Box
shotgun.
spots on the
Here's
outside.
Allen. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's caught inside the 35. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. It's a big play there on
He
3rd
catches a prayer.
down. 48 yards.
The safety was with him step for step and was
So
nowhere
a
the
big
ball.
play changes the complexion of things. Here's
I don't know
1st
who
and
his
10
strong
just
safety is.
outside the
He's not
30.
very good.
A first down carry by Elliott. Trying to bounce it outside, but
think
he's
that
only
was-
able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
I think that was Harrison. Yeah.
No
makes
gain on the play there. 2nd down.
True. It's pretty slow. The receiver he threw to has like 94 speed. He was there though, and he was there the whole time. He just didn't animate.
On 2nd down,
Oh, this
Elliott.
alignment here is going to be rough with this one. So the left, he's trying to
And
shift
they'll have it
over.
in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Yeah, he almost got
Like
a
the
good
opening drive march
chicken
they're
wing
on
block
right
shed
now.
and then got
Looks a lot
suction
like what we
drop
saw in
into
practice prior to the game, doesn't it?
the
You know,
tackle,
because
the tight
on
end.
that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it
wonder
looks
if he
like
did
it's
not
going
have-
like clockwork right now for them.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10.
I guess maybe just afterwards.
And they'll try the ground game here with a running back. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0
4-6
game.
normal aligns terribly as well, but usually it's only with strong safety to get
Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
But the alignment of the strong safety in 4-6 normal is atrocious.
This one taken from the 7.
Against almost all formations.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
What a... that's like a 3rd string tight ender. Otherwise, that might have been fun.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Yeah, the added
First
right
carry for
tackle
Christian
dice roll
McCaffrey, and he is
against
met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Actually, I pulled up the roster. I'm curious to see.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a
If
second
it's
and
sack
11.
for the minutes. Probably going to be right at that. Pulling up Eagles roster to see for the offensive line. It's looking
Here's
curious.
Newton now on second
So far, it's
down.
looking not good. Left side of the ground.
Taken down right
It's
at
terrible.
the
The
line.
right side is pretty good.
All in all, no gain on the
how much
play,
the
and it'll
back
bring up
is.
third.
And while he did a good job of sliding
Well,
around
the
in the
left side
pocket,
held
there
up
was nowhere to
for
go with the
3
football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Well, he's certainly going to have to pass here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him go spread in this situation.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. 23 yards
straight
on the
for Hurts,
play.
and he just toasted
I
him
know
on
at
the
the end of
outside.
games, coaches always tell
Somehow.
us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk
That
about
was
that a
get
lot.
beat so bad it looked
And they
like one of the
responded pretty well
uncomfortable
there. You
plays,
go
but
3 and out. I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores. Could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now.
get
They're in
hands on
good shape. What's interesting to me is
Foster
they're
that
also in that
cornerback
spot of the
doesn't
field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Here.
From the 50, Newton. To the right side,
Great
he's
ball.
got more complete.
This is cover
And
0
they'll
and
lose
then bumble
yardage
to
here,
the
back
opposite
at the
side.
47.
A horrible
Call it a
animation,
loss of 2 on the
unfortunately.
play.
You want the
And
receiver
it'll
to
be
catch it
second
and
and
to be able
12.
to turn upfield, and instead he got stuck running extra steps inside, which just runs right into the defense. The gamble you take whenever
Clock
you win those
rolling
plays.
as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
Certainly, that kind of screen in Madden is rely heavily on RNG. You never know if your opponent's going to
On
take
second down, McCaffrey. And very little running room there. He did get a couple
I'd like him
up
to
to the
run here
49.
against this front, and
We're
he
going to see a
will.
great example of what we talked about with his coach
Unfortunately,
prior to the
the
game.
double
He's
team
definitely
did
one of the
not
better
peel off
linebackers at
correctly
reading a
with the
play
linebacker,
and flowing to make the
least
stop before it
anyway.
turns into something big.
They maintained a double team that was unnecessary, which is the general prop against odd fronts.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
And believe it or not, that's after odd fronts blocking has been patched like 4 different times now. Still looking at the
Out of the gun, Newton.
and this one
He can run for it, and he will. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, and that could have been trouble. Newton able to use those legs and get past the marker to pick up
was
the
close.
first.
And he gets the first down. Turn that for a minute there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Cam's going to run the option right. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Back in a moment. Ian has to replay that.
Hey Kia, turn off the commentary too. I just noticed you had the commentary on, the in-game commentary on.
I don't think his headset's on. Oh, okay. I just messaged him on Facebook. Sure. So he just scrambled for a huge pickup. Okay. Now the game just gave you a shout out with your 34-10 win over the Bengals on Spearfield. Did you see the 4 verts he ran against the 2-man under, and his guy like reacted like he was on an uncoverable? It was on 3rd and long. He just ran a regular cover 4. Cowboys outside corner just didn't get hands on their receiver at all. Let him go. Alright, looks like he's going zone read in the zone. Pushing it up. Okay. Go inside zone. We got a 4-man box here. But even with a man box, you get a 1-yard gain. Easy to see. Yeah, he was out. He was out of bounds here. Rolled the safety down, and just like earlier when he couldn't run against the offense, the double team did not peel off to do anything. Let's try and do. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so this match, you can sometimes, but we would have needed to hot route tight ends. He would have needed the tight end to be on a fade there. 100%. 100%. Last guy I played ran posts at my middle third safety, and it was obviously intentional how many times he did it, and it worked most of the time. It was the Raiders that I was playing. it was the same guy. Yeah. Yeah, and it's because there's a number of posts in the game that always undercut after coverage to the middle third safety for whatever reason. Yeah, the super long one. Oh, that's insane. So Kia settles for a field goal there. Last drive for him defensively, he struggled with shutting down the run consistently, and of course he gave up that just really unfortunate prayer on 3rd and 6 long. That said, his run defense, and I will say, because I play in a lot of leagues, it is baseline in this league, but I will say that for the vast majority of people trying to stop the run, baseline is unfortunately crucial in this game to prevent getting out leveraged every single time. Well, sure, you could also just move people around. But in general, so like on that play earlier when he ran stretch to the Twins in that 12 set single back, the linebacker that was out on the slot, that linebacker should absolutely destroy that slot receiver. But because he doesn't, him being out there is vastly inferior to him being lined up near the line of scrimmage, which baseline would do. So if you want to help against the run and that defense he was running, that linebacker needs to be moved to step inside of the slot receiver, not playing over the top. Yep. I did not. He's backside this time. Yeah, and you're totally right about that. Part of it is because a good linebacker play side will usually diagnose the inside gap pretty well for someone who does actually try to run it inside on the play side. But yeah, exactly. Keekly played that in a way that as a user is actually quite hard to play that inside gap, but the backside scrape is terrible if you let the computer do it. It's just late almost every time. Yeah, the under front, I think, in general in this game is the best versus the run against. Yes. Yep. Yep. And this could certainly be an inside zone here, which is what I'm expecting. Yeah, Cowboys is definitely a run-first player. He has a limited passing game, so he definitely has to play the run a little bit more aggressively. I will say another big part of. I mean, he's playing against a very good offensive line, but they have holes, so calling some intelligent zone blitzes is probably something you do. And also to force him to pass, get him to start putting the ball in the air a little bit. Needs to feel the pressure to do that. I don't like this call from a formation standpoint because he's been running the ball consistently. So if you want to pass the ball, go to a formation that you've been running the ball. I mean, he's just hammering the run right now, very successfully. That's terrible. So this defense that Kia just ran, the buzz press, the way that he ran it is actually very soft against the run, because the buzz, yeah, that buzz safety it plays so far on line of scrimmage, he really could have rotated over and gone down the box. So right now he's not doing it. He's not doing a lot in terms of adjustments against the run. He's not doing some of the things that he should be doing. Yep, which he just converted on a simple throw flats. Or flat. There's also some things, I mean, against the run, it's risky in cover 4, but you can certainly shade aggressive and have your guys play. Let's just take that as the fact that Keekly just watched him cross his face as a scrambler and didn't do anything is just horrible. Absolutely horrible. And that's what no one will pick up. Yeah, you know what though, I will say though, and I'm not the only one to say this, a lot of players are complaining the same thing. The number of times that you click in the right stick and either a spy that you already designated or the nearest defender does absolutely nothing. It just doesn't attack. Or you'll have someone in a spy, and instead of the spy attacking, some random secondary player will like leave a deep route and run back to the quarterback. So there are issues with that. This alignment, he has got a safety stack right behind him, and he'd be better off just fitting those gaps a little bit better on the pre-snap alignment. He's giving up a lot right now in his front. Now there's a lot. So here again, we see an issue with how this is aligned. The safety, if it's crowded in a place that makes no sense for him to be. This is probably going to hurt here. That's a cover 2 invert at a 4-6 normal. That gap opening like that is just awful. That said, as an offensive lineman, if you're going to leave any gap unblocked, it probably shouldn't be the first gap play side. Probably. If I had to rank the gaps that I would leave unblocked, there's a lot of them to come before that one. That was almost a pick. Yep. It's man coverage, but he came from like 12 yards. Just right down the middle. In fairness, he didn't hold on to it longer than he should have. Drag is Olsen working on a cornerback and just leaving him in the dust on that cover grab. And I pulled up Kia's roster. Olsen has 81 speed, and Awuzie is a pretty high speed, good man defender, so that's a little surprising. I'm also assuming, like most tight ends, Olsen does not have great medium route running, which is the route running to affect that route. Okay, great run, and he's gone. Nope, he made an extra cut that didn't need. That was close. Greg Olsen has 81 speed and 78 medium route running. We should probably just about never win in a comeback versus that one. Yep. And then Light did a spin guy off the races. Yep. Yeah. Sim rate, Zach. You gotta mix it up, you know? Just like in real life, where if something's working, you start doing it because you can mix it up. That is absolutely horrible that he got no animation there. Like, just running free. 6'5", Greg Olsen, nobody within 10 yards. He just ignores the ball. And by the way, if you watch the replay, I'm pretty sure you'll see that his head didn't even turn around. As he's hitting the back of the end zone, his head turns around like he's going to run like another 10 yards through the end zone into the stands. Once he hits the stands and gets some popcorn, then he'll turn around and look back for the ball. Well, it's 3rd and inches, so I like the call there, but looks like he could take another shot. It's just really tricky. Yeah, and he paid for it. It's insta-sacked by a guy who is not blitzing, and the running back refused to pick him up. Yeah, he used it, that's the thing. He just either blitzed him and the running back didn't pick him up. Don't love that call. Had that play, it's funny too because the last play he called was like an easy touchdown against Tampa too. He goes back to it and Kia calls another play that would have been perfect against Tampa too. We're definitely seeing that drive definitely left some points on the field. No doubt about that. And this wind is at 11 miles an hour in its face. I think it's open right in this game. I think it's open. I think so. Occasionally, though, with the closed don't make it win. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
And he is running. 6, yeah. Yeah, it was absolutely useless before.
Detroit! Detroit! Set! 319! 319!
They seem to get out leveraged to the inside really badly though with time. Like consistently, if they run any kind of a deep post, they seem to always lose leverage. That's wide open. Oh, and it's not. Oh, and he bats it down. Please, please, God, do not let a cornerback who's running free to a ball with no one there tap the ball to the ground. That is, I don't care what his traits are. I don't care who that guy is. He's 37 overall. If he's getting started in the NFL in that situation, and a ball comes to him that's about to hit the ground, you're not going to tap the ball down into the ground, which just makes absolutely zero sense. Oh, really, really fortunate animation there. And
Detroit! Detroit!
this totally. But in fairness, he's running out of time too. Running out of time. But I agree. If it were me, I would mix in pressure here. And I will say it's really important if you're someone who wants to be able to zone blitz, you really need to know which blitzes are going to be effective for you, so you can call them confidently in situations that make sense. Yeah. Yep. It's good against very specific things. Oh, that was a very fortunate pressure there. Still not a sack. In that play, he ran PA comebacks in almost every formation. That play beats the middle third safety consistently. It's one of the only. Yep. And Cowboys have 11 wins to their backs. I think they still have Dan Bailey. I don't think he has a crazy. I think it's like 94 people on there or something. Let me look that up real quick. I'm on the rosters. Oh, someone made with a 11-yard win, no 8-yard win. Somebody made one from a 50-yard line against me from the game yesterday. Yeah, Bailey. Oh no, he doesn't have Bailey. He got rid of him. He has. I'm assuming that was Cairo Santos with my correct. I forgot these were. That's Doc Rosters. Yeah, it's great. Man, that backside. Next pursuit is nuts. That's what lets the backside get there. Unfortunately, it's a long handoff animation. I think he needs to. I think he needs to be bringing 5 with regularity. It'll help against the run, and in the passing game, he needs to put pressure on a guy who has had no pressure this game, and even with no pressure has scrambled quite a few times. So put some pressure on someone who's not comfortable playing quarterback. Right. So I would definitely look at bringing 5 with the occasional 6. Never a wrong time to spin. As anyone who watched the pros play yesterday, and how many times did Skimbo immediately double spin after catching the ball in open space with no nearby? The nice wheel route here. That's a nice, very nice job hitting that. That wheel is not great in the game, but if you have someone that's fast enough and they get good at outside animation, Curtis Samuel in the slot is a good guy to run that, and that's against Abusier. It's not a good wheel in essentially, and I've run it in X-Men a ton. There's a very specific animation where as long as you get outside leverage immediately, then it's good. But a lot of times they'll kind of sit on top of the route, and that's when you're in trouble. And that is a horrible throw. Absolutely perfect throw on time, stepped up like it looked exactly like it should have, and then he just gets that terrible RNG of overthrow that honestly, like I've had this pick, I cannot count how many times. I wouldn't be surprised if he barely passed up there. Like he was pass leading because he had to step up, so just stepping up caused the pass lead, I'm guessing. But, that should be a pass that you almost never miss with any NFL quarterback. All of them should have legs to complete that pass. Inside zone does not attack that mid-blitz play well at all. That front, there are some runs that are good against it. Inside zone is usually not one. Yeah, yep. So let's see if he tries to run this odd front thing. It's Kia. Oh, that is terrible. That is a terrible throw. I don't know if he actually went pass lead outside or not there, but I will say the number of head animations that you get throwing curls has led to me almost completely removing curls from my game. It's the number one route that should be a pretty safe throw that results in just bizarre interceptions. I'll give you a perfect example. There's an RG misthrow where you pass lead outside because the corner is dropping deep and inside, and instead of throwing outside, your quarterback will pass lead hard deep and inside right to the corner. It happens all the time. I think you have to. Absolutely. Curls to boundary are are so much safer and consistent than throws to field. I mean, it is a much shorter throw. Never throw it to field. To the side. Now, interestingly, you certainly can throw comeback routes to the field without a problem. It was a really nice spot route that he featured there. Had a lot of time, but he actually had to read the. He got a little bit of a horizontal read on the linebacker. He went with the running backs. Yeah, Zeke's got 13 rushes for 50 yards, and it almost feels like he has at least 100 yards. Just because of how consistent he's been able to run it, feels like he has a lot more than that. But he hasn't really broken off a huge one yet. Yeah. Yep. Got a really lucky block shot there. Otherwise, that may well have been a touchdown. Yeah, thanks to using run blocking instead of pass blocking. Those.
Alright now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
This formation is absurdly good in the run game. It's just dominant, especially that dive. The toss and dive are both very hard to stop, especially with motion. A lot of guys will motion the tight end across and running either dive or the toss. Totally. Cover 3 buzz match is not a good run defense. Even some of his adjustments, he's got the backside defensive end spied. You know, I'm assuming he's concerned about the. And he got a bad bus roll there, but I mean, quite frankly, that front has no business stopping that play. It's just poorly constructed defensive front. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, he's trying to win a pressure. He's actually making this one. That's picked. Yeah. Yeah, and this is a perfect example of why he needs to force him to throw. Yeah. You know, that was picked, and the safety did absolutely nothing. Had he not used that, the safety was going to give it up. I don't understand why the PA comebacks play in particular. The post is so good against safety. It just makes no sense. I don't like this play, the shell across, because there's really no ways on how to do it now. I think he just wants to take a shot here. Yeah. He does. And looks like Cowboys switched on to play that, which is a huge advantage to him. So, probably what he should have done is, instead of immediately, he should have known based off of that pre-snap what he was getting. I think he did know, but instead of just looking at the pocket for a second to check pressure, he threw that earlier than he needed to. He could have beat him as easy in the field. he got the drop. That's karma. Yeah, all of the unbumpable, the manual outside release fades in the game. They just destroy any kind of man zone press. And yeah, if I run those plays, I always just put the receiver on a regular stage. In fairness, some of those plays are good enough to run. There are some that have that route in it that are pretty good plays. So I do run them. I just don't use that. In this 8, I'm playing against non-performance. I would unbumpable them to death because it's the best thing to do. Absolutely. Absolutely. Forces you to run very specific defenses. Really? That's interesting. Oh, there are a ton. Oh, yeah, they're not always. Yeah, it's totally unfair and so much to win. Got it. Yeah, sure. He got a really lucky outside block shed, but not from the, even after moving his linebacker out, he still immediately lost the edge, and it was the defensive end that actually hit the block shed and directed back inside. And I think a lot of that really is just this 4-4. I think he's thinking it's better against the run than it actually is. It gets terrible animations on the outside. And when someone's running outside zone on you, it's just not good. Yeah, totally. Here, I would love to see him make a little bit of pressure. That's his. He went to his go-to though. I mean, he will consistently go to the deep out, and that's, you got to know that. Well, yep. Nope. They did. They used to cover it. I mean, he's already done it twice this game, so we should, by now he should know. Yeah. But yes, I mean, I have played. Yeah. I think to some extent, he because he had a hard flat from the corner on that side, he felt emboldened to run that defense, knowing that the hard flat corner tends to get more help than he should in those plays. So again, he's got this. So okay, the reason that he went and shot all the way to the outside there with the linebacker is because he didn't trust his safety to try to make a play, and he shouldn't because he won't. So that's on him calling buzz again. Or leave the linebacker where he is and roll the safety manually into the box and play the safety. You can do that too. But leave that safety sitting back at 13 yards and having to worry about everything. The deep out with the, or was that a comeback? Yeah. Good luck so far.
Alright now, lucky 56! Lucky 56!
Yeah, you can blitz inside gaps to pressure the run to go outside, but you need to have someone waiting there. Yeah. Yeah, I would say the story of this game so far has been Kia not having any real sense of run checks and how he needs to be aligned with a certain offensive front. Yeah, well, not as insane as the fact that it's so consistently good against the run. That odd front. 6 in the box every time, and it just absolutely shuts down the run. Yeah. And that's after having numerous patches to try to make the run better against that. It's still just not even close. Well, this game is he's just gonna press up, make him beat him. Yeah, unfortunately, he's got Moore on the outside, who's not one of his fast receivers, but he'll still go to him. Yeah, he got a great throw animation there. Now that would fundamentally change Madden if NFL quarterbacks made NFL throws in the game instead of what they usually do, which is always underthrow. I mean, he did beat him. He had a full, step and a half, 2 steps on him. It's just that usually doing with that. I thought so too, but then once he handed it off, it almost looked like yeah. Yeah. That is a Risky throw, my friend. All it takes is that throw to be off by a hair, and it's pick six. Yeah, that or the inside cross. I'm not sure why he. Actually, I'm not sure why he took the running back and blocked him, because he's not really getting pressured, and that inside cross action would have put way more stress on the linebacker than what he did there. Exactly. And this front looks very run susceptible. Oh, absolutely. No, absolutely 4-down territory. Please make. I feel like, though, on that play, though, being conservative and just running the ball would have been better. I mean, that was the play that was called would have been really soft against the run. And his sub linebackers are on the field. Yeah, exactly. They are tough. Yeah, there is a situational for 2-point conversion, which is really useful. There is. I have mine set up in my situation. I haven't. Yes, absolutely. You're right about that. And that post was thrown right at the middle third again. Middle third with help inside from a trailer against the safety. Like, the fact that people feel comfortable throwing that says a whole bunch about the state of that middle third player in this game. You should never feel comfortable making that throw. He should within 2 seconds of that play, the ball being snapped, he should have completely eliminated that area of the field from his possibility of throwing. I mean, I would say the answer is because he's able to throw into the middle third safety without having to worry about it. That's why. I will say, and Kia knows this because I've told him, you play aggressive zones against someone who keeps testing the middle third is the only way to actually make that middle third play like it's supposed to. Now then, everyone else is playing how you don't want it to, but there is a way to get the middle third to play more aggressive. This throw just hit. It was a really good read because he ended up doubling a vert. It is wide open, but it just doinks off the back of the offensive lineman's helmet. Which, by the way, that happened to me. Happened to me in the tournament that I played in this weekend. I actually got pick sixed on a play where I threw to a wide open guy, and instead of it going downfield, it hit an offensive lineman and then got pick sixed. I'd love to see. Yep, sure did. That boundary curl against off moon is really nice as long as nothing's screwed on bad animations. Yeah. He was. Well, other than be up by 8 points during the quarter. Credit where credit's due. Yeah. Oh, he crashed hard with that user safety, which Kia knew was going to happen, and was actually able to take advantage for once. And that play, the play that just got blown up by the run was yet again cover 3 buzz. Do people not know that that's very, very, very soft against the run? That is not a run stop defense. I actually do run. I run a lot of non-match cover 3 buzz. The match. Absolutely. He's in it again. One ball again, man. One ball again. Oh no. How? Great throw, and actually rewarded. A lot of times, because the trailer there is so much faster, a lot of times they break it up. One of the things that still needs to change, they've already patched this, I think, twice, maybe 3 times. Big possession tight ends, they drop an incredible amount. Elite possession tight ends drop an incredible amount of effort. Yeah. It's crazy. This formation is so good in the red zone. It pays off for him. Love it. We finally kept it when it mattered most. And yeah, great call, great read. I was actually just talking about that formation with him a couple days ago. That's one of my favorite red zone formations. It's just so many things you can do from it. Yeah, this is not a good formation at all. I don't care. No. If he ran a scout route to the tight end and just tried to hot ball it, so he's standing right behind it. Yeah, that, I don't know if his audibles are not set up right, but that was not a well-conceived two-point conversion. You pretty much have to run compressed formations from within the field. My controller died. Not sure what lesson this was.
Watch it now, Marty! Marty!
If you have Zeke, you can read blocks. You have super all-star offensive line, and you know how to hit the circle. I do. But, so it's fine to bring in a blitz, but it's not a good one. He got really, really lucky on this play. That is not a good run setup blitz. He was cutting it back. I don't think he wanted to cut a gap though. I think he was cutting wide, and that's really why he activated that block situation.
Detroit! Detroit!
I think he was. Yep, I think that's what he was doing. I think that's what I
No,
thought.
check! Patriot! Patriot! Gun! 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 Gun!
That's what he was. Yeah. So. Yeah, and he rushed 3, slanted to Smith with no one backside, and the instant cut to the backside was there. That's what I just said. I just shifted it to the strong side right there. Now that cover 2 drop, the dollar cover 2 drop, that's something I would only ever run against someone who is really passive ball, and I'm trying to take away specific things. Someone who's a run pass threat in that situation, you gotta have 6 in the box. Still, gotta have 6 in the box. So he's been able to salt this down pretty much all of it. No, I agree. You got to get through him and move him around. This is what you can run, but it's just not. The biggest issue is where the outside linebackers aligned by default. It's not in a space where they're actually doing anything helpful. I mean, look at that. That's just absolutely horrible. That's totally on the formation that he's calling. I mean, there's no. And that's just ISO. It's just ISO, and it's against the 4-4. It's just a terrible run. Yeah, I mean, he exploited the absolute bejesus out of that 4-4 defense this whole thing. Never run the 4-4. There are so many better options. The 4-3 under, 4-3 normal, 4-6 normal. Honestly, I would rather run nickel cover 4 or some of the cover 3s. I'm not kidding. 100%. They would have stopped that so much better than 4-4. It's just a terrible defense. $150, I think. It was 150.
Alrighty, gents, I'm back.
Welcome back. So the story of that game, Kia, was number one, and I just messaged this on Facebook, but like take the 4-4 out of your playbook. It's terrible.
Funny thing is, I haven't used it all year. I put it in just for that game because I knew it was running stretch all game. And sure enough, it's horrible.
It is. It's so bad.
You know, I mean, there was one pass in the
issue. Here's the issue with 4-4 against outside zone. There's a couple of primary issues. Number one, as you noticed, because I saw you moving guys around.
Yes.
The alignment of the outside linebackers is terrible. That's the first thing. So you have to immediately overshift them.
Which I did immediately.
Which you were trying to do.
Right.
But then you end up, your hook defenders get slightly out of their gap fit, for one. Secondly, the backside hook against any outside run does nothing unless you use it. So you have to know where the run is going and make sure you're using the backside linebacker in the hook, or he will literally do absolutely nothing for you. And two, because it's an extra backer right in the box and close to the line instead of a safety who's a free floater, the angle that
if they just run away from him, he does nothing.
Yeah,
I mean,
which I noticed because I gave up a touchdown on just that.
Take the 4-4 out of your playbook. Never run it again. It's horrible.
I cannot believe Harrison Smith did not play that
yeah, this was
route.
ridiculous. This was like a 3rd and 20 or something, wasn't it, too? Like,
third and 14.
That was so bad.
Because I knew Dagger was coming, so I said, okay, I got Luke and Harrison Smith out there, the two of the best zone defenders at the position in the game. So I knew Dagger. That
said, Kia, in really long situations like that, you probably should have told your secondary to back off, because it is a spot drop. Zones, because they're just spot dropping to a certain depth. If you send them back, the speed at which they get to the depth you want them at is better.
Yeah, I'm not a big truster of the over the top under the. I'm protect the stick stuff in this game.
I'm not talking about cheating. I'm talking about just pulling them back.
Ah, okay, I gotcha.
Having them start deeper is what you want.
Basically, just audible and back them off.
Yes.
Gotcha.
I don't know. I think you just got screwed on. That was just Madden screwing him there. Especially on the seam route you had to Olsen that was overthrown. That was completely ridiculous.
That was terrible.
Those two plays.
And I had to get it. I had to make sure I got it over the backer, so I have to, use a modifier on that. And of course, it goes sailing over him.
Also, Kia, so there's a couple other things that you really, from a play calling standpoint, you did yourself no favors. Number one, you ran a ton of match three, but yeah. Oh yeah, this formation you ran here is just terrible in red zone. There's almost nothing effective out of it from the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he's right. Literally, there's nothing you could have called from it. It's good.
That nickel match 3 buzz that you're running is very, very, very soft against the run because the safety starts 13 yards off the line and he's barely in a run fit. Like, he says he's in a run fit, but he's really not. So you end up having, and this happened to you a couple times, you end up having to overuser the linebacker and play multiple gaps. Not only multiple gaps, but you have to play multiple gaps with a player in between you. So you're actually playing, you're giving yourself a huge horizontal area of space to play as the linebacker that you shouldn't have to. And you can bring the safety down and play him there, and you can play him in the box manually, but that's also risky. So in general, it's a bad.
So I'm just better off just playing just a regular match.
Why not run more cover 4? Like, you already like to run a lot of match. Why not run defenses that have both safeties in the run fits?
Reason why is because he has a couple of track stars out there that I can't match up with, so I was afraid of getting bombed over the top by
but he never did that.
Route combination.
Make him do that then. He never did it one time.
I mean, I played, and the one time I did call cover 4, he ran the comeback route.
Yeah.
Yeah, that said, even then, I would have, in that situation, I
think where you failed the biggest was in 1st and 2nd down. You kept letting him get into 3rd and shorts. Just like, especially on 2nd and long, he was running the ball every 2nd and long, and you just kept playing soft defenses. That was the biggest thing, I thought.
This hurt.
Also, some of the plays when you ran dollar and then overshifted your line to strength, it just wide open, as it should, wide open running back, cutback lanes.
Yeah, I mean, that one's understandable, but the ones that were ridiculous with the stuff, were the ones where I was in, 4-4 or 4-3 over, and, they start running a dive, and they go automatically all the way back to the outside, and there's no one there. Because no one's setting an edge, and everyone's out of their gaps.
4-4 is absolutely horrible. Now I thought this was a touchdown, and then you made another move after the spin.
I didn't. I didn't do that. That was automated.
Oh, okay.
After the spin here, that I did not do.
Yeah, one cut has been a disaster. They need to just remove it from the game. It screws me all the time. It's so stupid.
So that was you just making like a slight inside move to
Right. All I want to do is just square myself and get back upfield and just go.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you had to do was run forward, and he had it for sure. And he gets some insane animation. And what's funny is he has 97 agility, so he's almost fast enough. If he could have just bounced it back outside, you still would have had it probably. But
yeah, that pass to Greg Olsen is funny. Like he has like 78 mid route running, and he just
I just ran into my own
who has
guy.
like 15 higher speed. Yeah, I was talking about that on the stream. If you're gonna scrape across the field, you got to go way over the top of everyone else.
Yeah, I was just too shallow.
That happens all the time.
Yeah, sometimes you can't avoid it. This is the one I was in. No, I was in cover 3 here.
I knew this was a touchdown the second I saw the stretch handoff animation because you were aligned horribly. Yeah, it's just like there's no way in the world he's not scoring a touchdown there.
So
Thing is,
you'll
though,
have fun rewatching the stream later if you want to hear us eviscerate on your play calling as promised.
Yeah, on that one he just got forever to throw the ball. Like he had over 5 seconds to throw there, so I mean there's nothing you can do.
That's
like
play action too, which is like a Madden miracle.
Yeah, you're right.
And luckily I've seen that. Luckily I've seen that play a million times, so I knew it was going to go there.
Yeah, that's so sad that he actually threw that into double coverage. Like that's bad.
Here I thought
that safety played that so miserably bad.
Here I thought I had a touchdown on this wheel to Samuel.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you threw it a little early.
Yeah.
That said, though, that wheel, it's not very good, so even just getting separation there is a win.
Reason why I threw it early because I had my left tackle here in a world of hurt.
Yeah,
I
if
will
you
say,
didn't keep
though,
the back end, you would have
any
gotten
wheel
sacked,
like this, any wheel like this versus man, the best throw with that level of separation is a no pass lead bullet. That's the only way to throw that, to catch it in stride and go without any chance of them catching it to you.
Here I thought I had a user pick, but I did not.
Yeah, double.
Yeah, I thought I had that, but I didn't.
Oh, the double
thing
man,
here.
yeah. This place, look how poorly spaced it is.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I thought you had it too.
So,
I thought
you know what's
for
funny is he actually
you were
runs that.
pick
He runs that play a lot. That and the deep out are like his two favorite passing concepts. And that play is so risky. I would prefer it.
But to my conviction, I probably should have just run zone read again. In all honesty,
the zone read option that you ran for touchdown was excellent.
Or I have a QB power in there. I mean, outside of a few calls, I mean, you're never going to call a perfect game, but outside of a few calls, I thought I made, pretty clean reads and all that. But it's typical of me, right? I'm always in the game no matter what happens. Like 99.9% of the time, regardless of what happens, whether I make a bad play call or, I get a bad break, I'm always right there at the end.
Yeah, offensively, you called a pretty good game, but defensively it was, like, I think almost half of your defensive play calls were bad, which is a really high number. I'm just on the basis of what he was trying to do and the fact that he ran so much 4-4.
Well, again, I was thinking logically. I'm thinking to myself, okay, he's going to run, stretch a lot, so get my backers out there. But lo and behold, we saw what we saw.
Do you even have a good fourth backer that's worth taking a strong safety off the field?
Actually, I do. He's more of a coverage guy, though, but he's not terrible.
I don't care if you have 499 overall or a linebacker, don't run 4-4.
Yeah, even in that situation, like find a way to sub the linebacker in at strong safety in a very formation.
But yeah, in hindsight, Harrison Smith would have been just fine by himself.
That's the other thing. You're taking one of the best run-stop safeties off the field when you do that.
Yeah, I had him up top in that formation, so, you know, there you go. You know, it's just one of those things.
No, I agree. Offensively, I think you pretty much did. You took some good shots. You ran the ball pretty well. Just defensively on first and second down was the problem. And also, he just plays so unlike most other Madden players. I also mentioned this on stream, Kia. Like, he runs the ball on second and long like 99% of the time. He even ran on some third and longs. Like, most people don't play like that, so he kind of just threw you for a loop with how he plays, which I understand. The one reason I wanted to watch this game is just in case I have to play him in the playoffs, but we would only play him if, you know, I'm in the Super Bowl, but because they're on the other side. But yeah, this was
ridiculous.
Smith just getting trucked on that too. That's crazy. Wow.
Ugh, that's irritating.
There's nothing you can do there.
No.
I was thinking maybe it's because he keeps losing speed. What is his speed now? Like 85? Maybe.
Harrison Smith, I think it's still
lower.
I think it's 87, 86 around there.
It's 87 and 91 Excel. Wow, he's a lot faster than I thought. And that's with 95 zone. But there's no way that he should have got beaten on that.
And, like, you rushed 4 people right there, right? There's no way he should have that much time. Like, to throw the ball, it's crazy. He had so long.
Well, he has one of the best lines in the game, too. When you factor in that.
See, no, he really doesn't. Go look at it. He actually doesn't. The offensive line's actually not that good. I don't know if he traded several players or what, but...
So he has, I'm looking at it right now.
I'm not that bad. But,
still has Tyron Smith. He still has L. Collins. Still has Travis.
He's got Frederick in there still. That's 3 pretty good linemen.
Williams. And he's got everyone.
How did I get sacked this fast here?
He's got the whole line still.
I was just looking at their pass block power and pass block finesse. I guess he doesn't really pass
he just shot the A-gap from the outside. I had 2 guys wide open right off the jump.
I mean,
yeah, I thought this was a bad play call here. I feel like you should have just ran the ball here, honestly. Or not do something besides play action. Like, you don't want to run play action there too long.
In terms of ratings, Zach, it is only pass block power and finesse that matters, right?
Yeah.
For offensive linemen.
Okay, I didn't know if the devs had actually stated it. I know that's true. I just don't know if the devs had stated it or not.
Yeah, for Sims, it matters if.
How is Greg Olsen eating up cushion on a corner?
On the other side, though, run block is all that matters in the run game. Run block finesse and run block power do not matter.
Power and finesse do matter for offensive line. Anybody inside the tight end attached and fullback and stuff like that. Yeah, the new ratings just matter for people who are inside the tackle box. Like, if you're a receiver, it's only run block.
I'm amazed I stopped him here. What the hell happened here? This is a broken play. He just comes all... Yeah, that's just horrible.
Yeah, I mean, you're always going to get some RNG stops against the run. That's what I was saying on stream, too. Like, you're going to get these where, like, they just don't block people for whatever reason. What did he... Oh, this is where he ran duo, though. No, this is a bad call, because he needs to have the number 1 in a tight split. He's outnumbered in the box. Yeah, that's why he blew him up.
We saw that already.
That play call.
He called duo there? I thought he called... Yeah, oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense then.
Yep.
But yeah, seeing how his passing... In hindsight, seeing how his passing game was kind of...
Yeah, you're just gonna
not threatening the middle.
You're gonna have to bring pressure, or you're gonna have to play Tampa 2 against those kind of passes that he's throwing. That's the only option in Madden, sadly.
That's pretty much what we got.
But I understand why you were playing like you were playing, because again, he just plays a lot differently than a typical Madden player. So I mean, like, most people aren't running the ball in 2nd and 10 or 3rd and 7, right?
There was one strange play that I got over, and I didn't think that I think it would work. It was in 2-man under, and I just got like instant separation on a simple 4 verts.
Yeah, show that on replay. I want to see that.
I'm trying to find it. I think it was this.
Because I missed that. That's when I got kicked from the party for a second, so I missed a couple plays.
Yeah, this one here.
Roger, you mentioned it to me, Roger. You remember he ran 4 verts? You said
you got an instant.
No, that's not it.
You remember what quarter it was in? It was in the first
Um,
half.
It was early in the game. It was early. I think the first quarter. It's like your first or second drive.
that's just, why should it not show?
Looks like he wants to join the party. If you guys want to invite him, that's him, right? Isn't it? I'm assuming it's him, probably.
Oh,
You might have to expand the party. I think I had it.
The 3 people. I don't have him on my friends list. Rod
Oh.
does.
I don't either.
Oh yeah, Kia, though, you did run one of the unbumpable fades against him, and you almost completed that. Yeah, that was ridiculous, man. I can get away with that nonsense. That's one of the things I want to talk about. We're going to see what I'm going to do is before we when everybody is set, the playoffs are set, we'll make a little Facebook chat that'll have all 16 competitors or whatever, and we'll go over some like kind of house rules. One of the house rules is you can't use the D line. That's definitely one of the house rules. And then second is going to be don't run.
Oh, there he is.
I don't know the user sacks that I've seen in like under 3.5 seconds. Some of them are like actually in 3 seconds.
Any user defensive line is going to get a million sacks. That's just the way it's going to be.
You can't balance it. Like there's nothing you can do from an offensive perspective to do anything against it, and there's no sliders you can adjust. You know, it's just ridiculous.
They're going to have 60 sacks a season.
Yep.
Not a thing you can do about it.
Obviously, it's not something we have to worry about when the best players in our league play each other, but there are some people in our league who just like literally sit on the D line, and that's just you can't let people do that in the playoffs, especially.
Yeah, I hate that. Especially sliders already been as juiced as they are.
Well, there's just nothing, we were just talking about before you joined, there's nothing you can do. Like, from a play calling standpoint, there's nothing I can do, and from, like, a slider standpoint, we can't make it not overpowered. Like, all you're doing is sitting and pressing a button, and if you get lucky, you get 3-second sack. So, it's like...
Oh, no, I mean, I know for a fact, like, I mean, there was a couple of games, I think, early in the year where, I mean...
here it is.
I got sacked, a bunch of times.
Yeah, he just runs around him.
Yeah, he just ran right by him.
Oh, you found the 4 verts? Yeah, I want to see this. Let's see this.
Yeah.
What the hell? And that's just, did you hot route it? Or
No,
is
I just audibled the 4 verts and boom, he just did that.
Wow. I've never seen that before.
Nah, that's my fault.
Oh, you did something?
Inside. Yeah, I shaded inside, so I was expecting, so like, I mean, I do a lot of shading, so I mean, if I expect something inside, I'm sure my corners inside, they give them better inside leverage, so when you shade inside, they don't press whatsoever, and man, they will just let them get a free release.
They're still supposed to they're still supposed to hand check them. They don't just give a
yeah,
10 yards.
I've never seen this before.
Right, but I mean, like it depends on the corner's press rating, awareness, like play recognition. So like some guys like
is that a
just don't
Wuzier?
get nothing.
24 Wuzier?
Yeah, I mean he's my best cornerback by far, like as far as like overall coverage rating. But
is he your best? Because he got roasted the whole game. He gave up like 6 catches.
I mean, like as far as like overall rating, he's my best. But I mean, I think right now, arguably, I still lean more toward Byron Jones. He's more athletic. The cornerback.
The problem is, in the game, to have a good man coverage guy, he has to be like Jalen Ramsey good in the game, which is unfortunate.
Right, he has to be like, and he has to be a track star too, because you can't really make a living off man, so you have to be able to run and press.
Sherman, like prime Richard Sherman correctly rated would be garbage in this game. Like that's just the way the game's designed.
Yeah, Sherman gets traded every single Madden year.
on paper, Weezy should have did his job today. I mean, he has, he still has really good speed at
Dude, he got beat on
91.
a comeback against a tight end. It was ridiculous.
Right.
He got beat by like 15 yards.
And
It's so stupid.
he has 92-man coverage, 86 zone.
Exactly.
He has,
Yeah.
so he has really good ratings. But I mean, there's some games he plays great, some games he plays bad. For the most part, defense plays pretty well throughout the game. But I mean,
now, dude, you ran the ball really, really well in that game. You should have ran the ball every snap, dude. You were passing the ball well. You should have just kept running it. You were killing him on the ground.
I mean, I try to run the ball and pass as needed. Depending on how first and second down goes. It's like
Yeah, that's what that's what we were talking about. Kia just didn't have good D on first and second down, so you kept getting into third shorts and stuff. So that was.
Well, no, I mean,
played pretty good.
it's not just that. I mean, I'm patient with the run. Like, I'm going to give my running back 25, 30 touches, so I'm going to be patient. I'm going to wait till you fuck up. You can eventually overshift or try to do something that's going to try to take away what I'm running, and I don't mind taking a cutback. Like, I stick to my, stick to what I do. So I'm going to run the ball, and I mean, if I see some pass there, I'll audible. But for the most part, I mean, I still run the ball throughout the game.
Yeah, did you see that against quarters? They won't cover the deep out anymore. You were in quarters and they deep out and they got wide open.
Yeah.
They used to not get open when the game first came out. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know what happened with that, man. Like,
I don't know what happened.
And they're getting and the quarterbacks are getting out leverage to the sidelines again too.
Yeah, like the out routes were basically throw at your own risk when the game first went. Like it's a point where I didn't throw them because it was too risky to throw in man or zone. Like it was getting jumped more often than not.
I don't have a single out route on my playbook at all this year, for that very reason.
Right. Somebody's like, initially I wasn't running. I'm like, okay, well, let me go ahead and not run these anymore because the defense is playing.
Yeah, but it
well.
works against quarters now. So for some reason, it doesn't work against man or cover 3 still. But it works against.
Well, he hit one against one of my quarters and cover 2 because my corners are just not that great. But I mean.
Yeah, I mean, on top of that, I mean, it really does depend on your comebacks. Because, like, right now, I mean, my team doesn't get beat on a lot of out routes. Now, comebacks, I mean, if the comebacks have good coverage, they can still beat on, like, comebacks. But out routes, my guys usually do a really good job at cutting it. Again, that could be maybe for me shifting, or shading my line to the sideline on some plays. But my guys do a good job of trying to cover the out routes.
Yeah,
Right
he
now,
was
I'm still figuring out how to protect myself against the comeback and man coverage, because I mean it's like automatic still in this game for the comeback route.
Yeah, you just got to get pass pressure or play a different defense. That's what I was saying on the stream too. I mean, there's just nothing you can do there.
Neither of our pass rush did much of anything this game.
Yeah, the whole game was a very crappy pass rush game for some reason.
I mean, you still have DeMarcus Lawrence, right?
I haven't traded with anybody. Like my team is still stocked. I mean, I've actually traded 4 people, but I mean.
Yeah, he traded a lot of his draft picks for good people, but he didn't trade anybody else.
Gotcha. I mean, you got one sack off of that play action where you crashed the A gap. Yeah. But other than that, no one's patched into the thing.
Nope. I got stuck into the run, and I'm like, fuck it. Well, I'm gonna keep on coming down and prayers to pass the flat. If not, then I'll smack the running back.
I mean, Quan Short did nothing for me. Avril had maybe like 1 hit on the QB.
Yeah, I mean, I think
it's bizarre, and he's holding the ball quite a bit too, and you get no pressure like 5-6 seconds quite often. It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten good at being able to step into the pocket. It's when I overstep and I step back too far, and then that left tackle gets beat or the right tackle gets beat. Other than that, I mean, I do a pretty good job of trying to stay within the pocket to give my time. Sometimes I get a few extra seconds. Like on that play action for the pickoff. I mean, I've seen a linebacker out there. I figured with 99 throwing power, the guy would get the ball.
Nah, this is Madden. Madden with linebackers, no. You can have a throwing power of 200.
I mean,
linebacker will still outrun the damn ball.
I mean, I thought to maybe high pump. I'm like, okay, well, I don't trust my quarterback enough for that, but I gotta remember, okay, he has 99 throw power. He's probably gonna negate the bad accuracy with the I guess like on a rope for high point, but I know it's still very risky as far as being thrown.
You just can't throw that, man. He had the linebacker underneath and the safety, plus he had the deep pass safety having nothing to do because you ran an in route from the other side. So I mean, it's like basically triple coverage. You just got to go somewhere else.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, he probably, I mean, I'm assuming the end route would have been open since he was that far down the field with the linebacker. I just didn't look underneath. I'm pretty sure. I mean, that's what was probably open on the play.
Yep.
All right, fellas, I
You
gotta
could
take off.
definitely-
Good
All right.
job, guys. Good game.
Problem, man.
But even if you lost there, you're still would have made the playoffs. I'm pretty sure.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah, our
I mean,
position was pretty locked.
Yeah, no matter what. I mean,
Yeah,
I mean, no
you're
matter
definitely locked, but I think he was locked basically too.
Yeah, no
He's
matter
gonna
what.
win
I
next
mean,
week.
at worst, I would have been a 6 seed, and I mean, right now the Lions are forced to win. I'm probably gonna still play the game just to kind of run the ball, keep a rhythm.
Well,
And,
but I think that might just be a straight force win because he hasn't been around, so like he probably doesn't even have to play it. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think he hasn't been around in the league for a minute now. I think it's Larry Waltman.
Yeah, that's who it is. Yeah. I did see him in the chat the other day, though. So I mean, you can try to play it again, but I'll be giving you the force win pretty. Because there's not going to be that many games next week that matter, you know. So once those games are done, we'd probably just go to the playoffs.
Yeah. I'm still pissed right now, man. I lost. I think.
Hey, I held off as long as I could, man. You blame me, there's nothing we could do. They wouldn't let you guys play.
Oh no, not that. I'm talking about my. I think I lost. I think the first game I played against Greg when I blew him out, I lost. Greg was Eagles or the Greg. The first time I played him, I lost my star receiver, Keenan Allen. So right now, I mean, I'm working with just my young guys, Sutton, Godwin, you know, Richard, Gallup. So I can't even get Keenan Allen back for the playoffs. That'll give me somebody I can trust.
Yeah, Keenan Allen's really good. Yeah, he's a good balance guy. He's got good speed.
Yeah,
but he's
got good catching traffic.
He doesn't drop much or nothing from me, real. Like, I mean, if I throw it to him, he's catch the ball, you know, 9 times out of 10. So that's what I do. I mean, he's not overly fast, but he's an excellent route runner. And he gets open. And again, with Allen's throwing power, you know, the ball's getting there quick, fast, and hurry, no matter how open he is. So I mean, he's good for you know, those cross the field. I mean, I guess across the middle throws.
Yeah, your playbook is looking a lot better for the most part. I agree with
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
You have in there. I would take out empty bunch wide.
Yeah,
garbage,
I'm going to take that out right now, actually.
I don't really like double stack either because those screens, if those screens actually work, that formation would be great. But those screens take forever and they're easy to like user.
Yeah, I'd like to have an extra empty formation, but I can't find one that I like any better than the one I have.
Look at my spreadsheet. I got a couple in there.
I have empty Y slot. That's
like
pretty much it.
Never get pressure on the tackles. Like I got my two best offensive linemen tackle. Like I feel like I can never get any pressure.
No, that's the way you want to build it, definitely in this game for sure.
Well, I mean,
I like empty Trey Flex and empty Cowboy. Yeah, those are the two I use.
Okay.
I figured, you know, I'll kick Zach Morton to a tackle, put Connor and Lyle Collins on the inside. You know, my two weaker.
I really wish I had a Wildcat set that was useful.
No, you just can't use the Wildcat in this game. They won't allow it, man. Sadly.
Can't use Panther.
90 feet quarterback and it's like useless. It's hilarious.
I mean, even if Panther Heavy had anything in it.
Wildcat is hit or miss. I know, like last year, towards the end of the year,
animations are just too slow. Like, even if the holes are there, you can't run.
That's true. I mean, like last year, you couldn't even call the play because, like, once you called the play, it's like the handoff either happen or your guy gets like caught up in the backfield with mud in his feet. He gets tackled. So I mean, they at least fixed that this year. But I mean, for the most part, not a blocking is really hit or miss. So like, it can be a home run or it can be a big loss. You know, it's kind of, you know.
Well, we took 4-4 out. That's gone.
It's a smart move. There you go. Yeah.
Even heavy Panther has nothing. You just have blast, QB power, and quick base.
They used to have the pass when it first came out a couple years ago, but then it was like so overpowered. They just
of course
moved it. Now you can't.
There
now
used
you
to
can't
be a stick play. I can't remember. Was there anything else? There was a stick play. I know. I can't remember anything else.
They used to have like back in NCAA. They had that play action jump pass animation out of that formation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I guess I'm just stuck with.
That was a different formation. That was the Tebow one, though. What do they used to call it? It was in the Jets playbook in Madden a couple years too.
So the only QB run I have is Bronco heavy is QB power out of doubles. That's literally the only one.
That's definitely the best one, but the problem is because your halfback has the kickout block and they all have like a 50 run block.
He gets destroyed.
Like, you know, they just get destroyed. Yeah. So.
Unless you can cut it up like right away.
Yo, Zach, man, what happened with like I know like last year I had some money in the goal line for out of near like that little stick route was really good against zone. Like that shit's so risky this year. Like I feel like the linebackers, I guess.
They all sit on it.
Right, but I mean like last year, like you can still run, you know.
Yeah, you can't run
route.
stick within. I don't know the exact depth, but in this game you can't run it on the 4-yard line. I know because I got fucked over myself. So you got to be at least like 8 or 9 yards off. You can't run stick.
Like, right, but last match that was a really good goal line defense. Like that got me a lot of easy touchdowns and goal lines. Basically, just kind of reading the defense, and you know if they've been on the stick, then probably the Texas route.
Well, yeah, that's something that should work in the game. A lot of times too on stick, it's like the guy would be wide open if he just settled, but they'll run that elongated route, which is what ticks me off.
Yeah, dad or quarterback is going hit his fucking helmet, you know, that type of shit.
Yep.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm gonna still go back to the lab and work on the near so I can get it working somewhat in goal line. If not, then right now, the goal line offense is just tough. It's like
You either have to run it or high point something.
Yep,
yeah,
that's the only options. Yeah, really.
Yeah, really. Yeah, high point on like something.
And both of those things involve a lot of dice rolls and RNG. So I mean, you're not guaranteed touchdowns down there.
Yep, so. That's why I usually run the ball. And like, you know, if my opponent, you know, if they play like goal line defense, I mean, then it's an easy run TD from like a toss sweep or just anything powerful with my O-line. But you know, guys who play a little bit smarter, you know, they run a bit more 4-4 or you know, just more base defenses. It gets tough to run because again, you know, you get that random block shit where you get blew up in the backfield for no reason. Like when I play Iran, the dude like just somehow morphed through.
Well, you're outnumbered there. You should have checked a different line. You need the number 1 has to be in tight. You didn't have blockers to block his guys there.
I mean that's true.
On duo, you leave the mic unblocked. You got to read the mic, so that's fine. But you didn't have anybody to take the safety, so he just swooped in with the safety.
Yeah, I know. Like literally, like my tackle and the tight end, they literally just let the guy run like from a 3-point stance. That guy just came in touch. Like they just somehow he didn't get blocked. Like they went second level post snap. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take the field goal right quickly. But yeah, I mean, like me defensively, man, I just play smart. You know, I'm not gonna take a lot of risks. Try to keep things. I guess minimize the big passes. This game here, unfortunately, Samuels and DJ Moore was just having a field day on that side. So.
Well, the thing is, you're not used to playing against somebody as good as Kia knows the game a lot better than the people you're typically playing with. So he was able to attack you. Yeah, he got some big plays there.
I played Kia several times now in the last couple of Maddens. We played last postseason. I was losing most of the game, and
yeah, Tavon Austin won that game by himself on returns.
Oh yeah,
I remember that. He ran a kickoff back, almost ran a punt back. He almost ran a second kickoff back.
Yeah, like that was like the greatest special team game in my Madden history right there.
He had like 200 yards in returns.
Wow. Yeah, that was the Tavon Austin game. But yeah, I mean, like the most part, I mean, me and Kid usually have good games. They usually always come down to the wire like this. You know, it's either like one mistake or one key pivotal stop. Right? I mean, I got the big stop on the 2-point conversion. I mean, I felt like the high point inside to the guy, I guess, that kind of ran that little post stop was there, but you know, my guy was still kind of sitting in the area. You know,
that was a terrible play call. No, that was a horrible.
Yeah, that wasn't my best play call.
Now, my thing is though, if they're like, Matt still doesn't have like contextual awareness, but like, if you, like I feel like they ask me, okay, well, if there's no one else in the middle of the field, why am I going to stop this route? Let me go run across the back of the end zone. Madden doesn't do that. Like they just stop right there and call it a day, and it's like, and I feel like
well, there's no red zone or like 2-point conversion plays in the game, so it's pretty hard. It's really difficult to even call.
If I was going to throw that there, I probably should just throw just a couple of slants out there and try to high point something.
And like, you know, I mean, you know, us not have, I guess with us having a no playmaker rule, I mean, I've already gotten accustomed to not using playmaker, but like I feel like in these scenarios, you know, playmaker might be needed because the guys just sit there and stop. And they don't ever do anything else.
I don't even know if playmaker would even help, honestly. They're so psychic. Like, once you get the ball within, like, the 5-yard line especially, even the 10-yard line, they're just all psychic. And I literally had a guy inside the hash marks pick off, like, a little spot-up route you know, 10 yards laterally to where he was. It was a computer too. It wasn't even a
Oh yeah, now
even picking it. It was a computer on a
what
diving
I
pick.
have seen that works is like from bunch.
Oh no, that's why I
like
called the play because I know the play works. It's just it's
Oh, yeah.
RNG. It's just dice rolls. There's nothing you
It's
can do.
random.
People just get it's random.
Like I do know when the game first launched, you know, my best goal in offense was like, you know, from 5 and out, you know, was basically it was like gun bunch with like the space and switch where like the tight end runs that little angle curl route kind of sits right beyond the goal line. Like that used to work really good. Like now it's like the linebacker shifts so far post snap. I don't want to take that risk anymore. Like I'm so scared to throw the ball in the goal line.
The thing is, you can't throw a pick there. That's the thing.
Right.
Is if you throw a pick, then you just lost a bunch of points, and you're probably gonna lose the game if you do that, you know, more than once. You might can get away with throwing like one turnover in the red zone, but if you turn the ball over 2 or more times and you're not getting points, you're gonna lose.
That's true, and like I mean, when the game first launched, I had really good success on like the goal line fade with the high point. That was working. Like now, I don't know if it even works too well after all these patches.
No,
You couldn't pay me money to run a goal line
the other
fade in this
Terrence tries to run that and it gets picked off or dropped almost every time. He does that with
It was working really well early in the year. Like if you had the tall, you know, red zone style receiver, 6'4" and up, you know, it like they would get an animation. But like now it's like the throws, like the QB is not making the throw anymore. Like for me right now, like I get the look I want, but my QB is just not throwing the ball the way it was throwing it when the game first launched. Like I'm not sure what happened, you know, for that part of coding, but whatever changed. A QB to throw that pass anymore. Like now it's going out of bounds, or it's going, you know, it's just not going where I was, you know, intending the ball to go anymore for those type of throws. Let's see here. It's crazy. I still have a outside chance. Nah, it's unlikely. I highly doubt the Giants, the Eagles, are gonna lose another game.
DJ Moore's become so good.
Yeah, he's really good, man. Like, now that I know that he's going to be predominantly, usually on that the side where Woozy is at, I guess I'm about to flip the cornerbacks because I don't like using the defensive side because every now and then.
Yeah, I don't need it. I don't like it. They scramble around like you try to audible and stuff. It's stupid. I hate that.
Right. It's not really so much on the defense side. It's whenever the offense does something, it fucks up your alignment, and like you'll get a guy start to swap sides of the field. Like why y'all swapping sides of the field if you're you know covering who you're supposed to be covering? So you know I stopped using that. So I'll just have to basically you know look at the depth chart next time, and if I see that DJ Moore is listed as number 2, then I got to put my more athletic cornerback on that side. That's what I should have did that game. I should have put Byron Jones out there because some of those throws, Byron Jones being 6'1" with 99 or 98 jump, that's a free interception guarantee. Like within that little 5 yards range, he's gonna jump that more often than not. Woozy is not gonna make that jump too often. And, you know, hence he was just getting beat over top all game.
Donta Jackson's coming along slowly but surely.
I mean, he's really good at 95 speed, man. You know, with zone, that's still solid zone and man coverage. Like, you know, you can trust him.
He's at 81.79 now, so he's
right. It's more so like you know the timing type routes. He's gonna get destroyed on comeback out, and
he's gonna lose some 50-50 balls here and there.
He's hitting at 95 speed. His makeup speed should be. I mean, he shouldn't really ever get ran past. What's his jump rating though? Can he? I mean,
he's pretty. He's got 88 jump and 96 agility.
Yeah, your corners are actually not bad. I mean, their overalls aren't good, but they're good Madden corners. But like I said, unless you have Jalen Ramsey, like the kind of corners you have are good enough. There's really no in between in this game. Sadly.
Basically.
Oh no, sure. I mean, that's what I say right now. Like, I have yet to not a game for my corners every week. Like from start of preseason week 1 of last season, I've been literally every week I've been game prepping. You know, like coverage police, you know, cover 3 or cover 1. The way my cornerbacks are getting development every week. So right now, I mean, on my end, I've taken these guys from being solid cornerbacks to, you know, they're really almost. I mean, I won't say shut down, but You know, Woozier, Lewis, and Byron Jones, you know, they're basically, you know, they're all 85 or above. Byron Jones had a 90 overall, and Woozier's at 88. And I still got A.J. Brown. I want to get him in the slot, but, you know, he's just not kept up to Woozier right now, so.
Even
Still
for
on this
safety, has 82 zone. The other guy, yeah, but he's
he's a
really
he's
low.
a
That's
friggin'
kind of
dunce.
for safety, but.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have an undrafted free agent playing starting. He's got 59 awareness
He was all over the place, man.
and 55 player reps.
Luke was flying.
Yeah, awareness is not something that I care too much about, but I do care about it because you don't want those guys glitching out on you. Even if they have 99, they will because you know there's a bunch of glitches and bugs. But it does help to have higher awareness there.
That is true.
Yeah, Harrison Smith. I thought he lost speed, but he's still 87. So not too bad.
No, not bad.
Yeah, I mean, you two are definitely going to probably be playing again in the playoffs, so we'll look forward to that game. See if Kia makes some adjustments.
Yeah, most likely. Me, I'm most likely going to be the 6th seed. I mean, again, unless Eagles, Kevin Bradley, or
yeah, I think Kia, with that loss, you probably don't get the bye, so you'll both be lower seeds.
Yeah, I'm locked into the 3rd seed, I think.
Are you? Okay.
Because I have my division clinched.
Yeah, I mean, right now, I mean, again, you know, both of the Giant losses come from me, and they're both blowouts. Like, I mean, once I you know, figured out what he likes to do, I mean, I just take that shit away and just keep playing.
Yeah, that's right. We need to replace some of these people who are not active with people who are good and know what they're doing, so we can have a little bit more parity in the league. Dude, there's so many guys in this league who have a bunch of wins, and they lose every game against a good player that they play, literally, and they win.
We need some talent in the NFC West, man. Like Ryan has a free division. Like I have 3 literally like players that.
Yeah, your division is probably the best league now.
That's just unfair. Like Lou, like I'm so pissed off that I was just kind of fucking around the first 3 weeks of the season with the new quarterback with 99 throw power. I cost myself 3 early losses. So I mean, I literally had to just, you know, okay, fuck it. Let me go back to the old scheme, and you know, and run the ball until no one can stop my run game. So let me go ahead and keep running the ball. So I can't afford to fuck around and lose 5 games in the division. I don't make the playoffs. Like I literally, I'm at 11-4, and then my two people, they both have 11 wins, but right now, you know, they have a cakewalk schedule. They're gonna literally, at most, you know, probably lose another game if that. And just looking at their remaining games, they're both gonna probably be 13-2-1, or 13-3. So right now, I mean, I'm definitely locked into a wild card spot again, unless it's by the grace of God. These 2 guys both lose the next game somehow by a sim or
yeah, I don't think that's happening. No.
It's not happening like because they play terrible opponents, so it's not going to happen. So, you know, it is what it is.
Actually, the Giants guy gets a forced win too because Charles is, you know, MIA with his moving, so he's not going to lose both.
Oh, you said the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think Charles is moving. So.
Yeah.
The last 2 weeks he's taken forced losses.
Hey man, we need to get Charles like a pinch player for the week, man. I need somebody to knock off the Eagles for me and the Giants.
Get in a ringer. Yeah, just somebody log into his account.
Damn,
Oh look, Luke Kuechly leads my team in INTs.
I'm literally the Giants' only 2 losses. How is no one beating this dude, bro? I had to call you at one job. Do me a favor and get that done.
The last time I saw the Giants play was when you played him, Kia, last season. That was a complete train wreck. He was running a bunch of nonsense against you. That was
Yeah, I played him in the playoffs last year in the first round.
Nah, no, you didn't, Kia.
Yeah, I played him in the wild card round, then I played you once I beat him.
Didn't?
Yeah, you got the bye last week because you were only lost like you're 15-1 last year, right?
Yeah, but I could have sworn Cody played Greg in the playoffs and knocked him out. Maybe I'm tripping, I don't know. I mean, I know you lost you lost in the first round.
Yeah, I beat him in the first round.
DJ Moore's gonna be a problem. He's really good. I mean, his team is also terrible. So I mean, I don't like he's done a lot to get wins for the team now. What I don't like is that
I don't think that team's a bad Madden team. It's a good Madden team. Saquon Barkley's amazing.
No, I mean like QB wise, he has a QB. The linebackers are still for the most part terrible. I mean they're really a 3-4 team. I mean, like they can be bullied, but I mean, he's still a good Madden user. I just think that
Jameis Winston with 55% completion percentage is like second in the league in yards somehow. Must just be bombing the ball up.
He's averaging 9.5 yards at an attempt.
Yeah.
Well, so am I, but I have 70% completion.
My QB rating is probably plummeted this year. Like, this is a year where basically I've been just experimenting with 99 throw power, so I fucked that up badly this year.
Blake Bortles has 48 touchdown passes.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm at 59%. Like, I've never been this low. But I mean, again, Josh Allen doesn't have any accuracy right now, and he's developing so fucking slow. So I'm forcing shit. Hopefully he gets a star development boost. That'd be awesome.
Nah, you're way too low on the list. You got to be like is he top 10? Nah, you can get it maybe.
He's top 10 in yards for sure. I mean, he's at 39, right at 4K yards. I mean, he has 26 touchdowns and 20 interceptions. Again, I've thrown some really stupid interceptions.
I've thrown 22 interceptions and most of those are complete nonsense. Dude, I threw an interception like 4 routes a day. My guy got the instant.
Yeah, even if you're playing well, you're gonna throw 20 INTs.
I mean, for me, this is high, bro. Like, I have a game left, so like for me, this is a lot for me. I typically, I mean, in a really good year, I'm in the teens, but 28 for me is like abysmal. I mean, and I could have easily just started Ben Roethlisberger, but I'm like, I got 99 throw power. I want to have fun with that. I mean,
no, you definitely start the younger guy. I mean, we're gonna play at least 5 seasons, so.
yeah, so I mean, I figured, I was gonna start with Josh Allen, but I'm like, in case injuries, I got Ben Roethlisberger sitting back there who has a much better overall ratings across the board. He's just a little bit short on throwing power at 95 still. So I gotta fall.
He has thrown 11, and he's the most cautious person in the world. Dude, I mean, he won't throw the ball with anybody anywhere near him. And punts and kicks field goals like a maniac.
I mean, like,
hey. That's how you consistently win games, man.
No, that's smart. I mean,
True.
He'll play smart. He doesn't throw into coverage often. Like, I'm thinking that once this game he threw at me in the middle of the field, like
avoid users at all costs.
Yeah, like I think the only middle field you throw was that post when I was in I think Dollar and your tight end somebody came screaming across the middle field and you got into the goal line with that post there. Like that was
that was about the only bad throw you made. You threw right at the post safety, which of course was rewarded with a 40-yard completion because it's Madden, right?
Yeah, I think you were in 3 lock that play.
I mean, now
yeah, I did 3 lock.
3 lock. Now, I mean, again. The guy was wide the fuck open. Like he had inside leverage. I mean,
honestly, if you would have just thrown it sooner, it would actually be considered a good throw, even in real life. You just kind of held the ball a little bit too long.
Yeah.
But his hook zone did not play well. I don't know if he was using him or he just played shallow for whatever reason.
Nope. I was the linebacker in the hook zone, but I mean, it wasn't the middle read, so I wasn't supposed to go that. I wasn't going that far deep. And I figured, well,
well, no, it's not your job to go that far deep. That's why you have a post safety in the middle of the field. He's supposed to cover the post.
But I figured at worst Tony Jefferson or that should have been Tony Jefferson on that side because the man coverage was on the left side away from the post. So my safety should have been over there to be in there, but I have no fucking clue where he was at. Because
hell, that's why I let that guy go on that big completion he got on 3rd and long that went between Kuechly and Harrison Smith. I'm like, okay, those 2 guys are going to get that, so let's look out for anything coming around underneath. He still caught it.
I was like, okay, I'm like, there's no way Luke Kuechly is going to be running down the field with a 94 speed receiver and a much lower safety. I'm like, there's no way I'm not going to complete this pass. Like, they were literally there at the fucking catch. I was like, how are both of these guys with a significant speed disadvantage that far down the field, step for step?
Well, I mean, he's playing a deep half technique. He should be there. He's playing, 14 yards depth, and that's his job to play there. And he's a 95 overall player.
That's true, and that's why it's my fault. Like again, I usually readjust that route because I think that was I think that must have been the shotgun.
It was dagger play, he called, yeah.
Was it the dagger or was it the halfback option?
Well, it's halfback option, but it's a dagger concept where you have the clear out and the dig behind it.
Right. So normally on that, I would typically put him on a fade. That way he gets a little bit more, he gets a little bit more, I guess, outside separation, heading toward the sideline to kind of,
Well, Kia probably wishes you would have done that because he would have ran right into Harrison Smith and not been wide open.
I mean, I say, normally on much lower safeties, once he gets to the top of his route, I mean, the throwing power from that point basically puts that ball where, only my guy's gonna get it at. But again, it's my fault for not.
No, you're probably right, because that's kind of what the competitive guys do. Kia had a bunch, when they were doing with Hill with 99 speed, they were just fading them and throwing it behind them on those horrible pass leads that look so fake. I can't believe they allow that kind of stuff to be in their game,
and the deep defenders are just kind of drifting into La La Land and letting them, go into the space.
There, and the guy's like literally breaking his controller, pass leading the ball to the sideline, to the 99 speed player. Like if I'm a developer watching that, I'm like literally vomiting, like watching those guys play.
Oh no, yeah, like I don't understand, like
Yeah, that was ugly.
The game was in such a beautiful place. Again, minus some like some bugs with shit that's not working right, like the coverage bugs. The game was in a good post lump.
You sound like those people with the podcast. What's the people with the podcast, kid? They're always like, the game is always so good on release. No, it's not. You guys just don't play the game enough in the beta stage because you don't have access to it to know.
Well, I mean,
the game is never good.
I mean, that's true, but I mean, but I'm talking like, just from where it's been, like, I like the direction it was going, and like, I didn't mind the slower.
The only change that I don't like is the change where they let us Superman pick stuff with our units, which was not in there.
That's when the downhill slide started to really begin.
But other than that, what other change? All the other changes have been good, except for they broke cover 3 max this last patch. But I mean, I'm assuming they can fix that probably. But
right, I mean that's true. I mean, like my thing for this, like I'm not sure if they took away RPM on defense, but like again, I don't mind. I didn't mind the game playing slower. Like to me, that allowed shit to actually play out properly, like organically for animations. Like you couldn't just zip around the field with a linebacker or a user. Like once you committed, you're pretty much stuck to where you was at.
No, that's what I completely agree with that. That was a horrible change that I have been trying to get them to redact on the sim mode. I don't care. They can have it on competitive. Who cares?
Right.
But for sim mode, we don't want nobody wants that to play sim mode.
Exactly. Like I feel that like at least for that mode for sim, like for CFM and sim mode, roll it back as far as like just that particular aspect of the game. Like bring that back to where it was at launch or even in the beta. Because to me that was beautiful. Like basically I can time certain throws, like, shit, well, okay, well, if he's already committed to covering this post on this play action, well, shit, that means probably
he was not getting back.
Right, so, yeah, good. Now I know my dig is going to be wide open underneath. Like, now it's like, shit, he can come back and go dive for the pick on that. And, like, it's just...
and sometimes it kicks in when you don't expect it to, like that run with McCaffrey. Once I did the spin to get free, all I wanted to do was just keep on going straight, and I'm auto juking.
Yeah, man.
They made you one cut, for no reason.
Yeah, man, like you gotta, bro, like the juke, like I've finally gotten to the point, like I haven't mastered, but I know when, like I've gotten the mechanic down perfectly now for me for how I play, so. I'm comfortable with now running the ball. Like it took me a while to master, how to cut and and I guess get back my acceleration without like losing my leverage. But yeah, I thought that was a touchdown run, man. Like when he shot to the middle of the field, like, I'm like, yep, he's probably about to score here. And then he kind of jerked right back into the tackle. I'm like, I'll take that.
Pursuit still needs work, though, man. I mean, these force defenders are just an atrocity.
Oh, yeah. I wonder what's going on in this Rams game. I'm going to go turn that on and cut Madden off finally. Well, I think Zeke all but locked up the MVP again this year. I'll be at one more game. Can I break the record? What I need, like another 200 yards. Shit. I came like that close last year to get next to breaking the record.
Well, I'm surprised that we can give it to Roger with Bortles. I mean, it's like almost 50 touchdowns or something and 4,000 something yards.
Look at Rogers. Let me look at Rogers' team stats with his god defensive line that sometimes doesn't show up for like a month at a time.
What makes me mad is that I probably already have over 2,100 rushing yards for Zeke right now. I literally missed an entire game. Like he got hurt on the first snap, like early in the year for a game. I played,
Melvin Gordon averaging
who's that?
6 yards per carry. Wow.
Yeah, Zeke has 6.6, 25, 24 rushing touchdowns. I think he got like another.
I can't believe he gave him Odell Beckham. I mean, what was he thinking?
This.
I know. Hey, I mean, look,
mankind.
hey, look, it's bad trade, but hey, get that motherfucker out my division. Like,
Why are you gonna give Roger Odell Beckham?
I mean,
God.
The thing is, Odell Beckham can play any receiver position. Why would you trade him? He can play any position. Slot receiver,
Yep.
number 1 receiver,
Exactly.
number 2 receiver. You know, it's like.
Wow, Bosa actually has 23 sacks. How? And whenever I watch Rodgers' games, he's not doing anything. Von Miller has.
Because he had a couple games where he had like 4 or 5.
I thought
Yeah.
I was having a good year. I got my two defense ends at Peach got 17.5 and 18, and my D tackle they got 5 and 4. I'm having a good
Melvin
year.
Ingram has 15. Von Miller has 7.
23 of both. Jeez Louise. I'm unwritten to 9 now overall. Fuck my life.
Von Miller has as many INTs as sacks. I don't think Von Miller has 7 career INTs.
Probably not.
I guarantee he wouldn't.
To make him a 99 overall, that they have to give him like zone coverage stats and catching, you know, just by the rating thing in Madden. So that's why he actually has like good zones and stuff.
I have one of the best 3 techniques in the league, and he does nothing.
Shit, well I know my guy's getting busy. What's his name? Brandon Williams. I got from Zach. Hey, bro, that's in the fucking godsend. Like that acquisition allowed me to be more comfortable, you know, when I run, you know, plays only have a 3 down lineman because he eats up 2.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, he's a great block sheddder in this game. Quan Short has an 88 power move and doesn't do jack.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
crazy.
my
You have
guy
a D
was-
tackle that's 88 power. That's
And
nuts.
90 block shed. He doesn't do a damn thing.
So how many sacks does he have?
4.
Yeah, I mean, that's not bad. I mean, I got Brandon Williams for 5, but he's significantly.
Quan Short's a much better pass rusher than him, though.
Oh no, yeah, I mean, my guy, he only has 57 finesse and 78 power move. He literally a run stuffer with 95 play action, 90 block shed, and 96 sprint. Like he just.
Avril has 9.5. This rookie here I drafted, he has 7.5.
Yeah, man. The Panthers D-line kind of fell apart in real life over the years, man. Like, they used to have, like, Sola, Tulele, Quan Shaw. Like, that D-line was spirit for a while. And then they still had the linebackers was also really great. Like, I feel like they're just linebackers right now with no coverage in real life, which is why I think they've lost the last. I think they're 5 in a row now. It's crazy. Like, they were at one point in time 62.
Can't believe that Austin Bryant guy is that slow. I drafted the other guy from Clemson who's really, really fast and athletic.
Figures.
Farrell, but he got injured for 5 weeks. So
Figures I get the slow one. He's like, what? This guy's like, he's like 77 speed?
Yeah, my guy's like 80 in the mid 80s.
77 speed, 79 acceleration. But yeah, I get nothing out of my defensive tackles. Terry Poe's pretty decent too. He's got 84, I want to say, power move. Yeah.
Mid 80s is really, really good for
for regular rosters.
inside guy. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. I don't have much of a draft. I don't have many needs to begin with, but what kind of things I got left? Oh, I have a 4th, 5th, and a 6th. Fantastic. I'm gonna try to find some.
Well, I mean, you did get a lot of good players. I mean.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly fine. Like, I mean, I didn't really care to draft. Like, I mean, right now I'm set at quarterback. I got my quarterback of the future for Josh Allen. Like, I don't know why when he said yeah to that trade, I was like, boy, y'all done fucked up and just gave me a guy with 99 running power. Like, that's gonna at least make my passing game that much better. So I can now. I didn't trust Dak to make certain throws. Like, the ball just didn't get there quick enough. With the way this Madden plays right now, with guys jumping passes 10 to 15 yards behind their head, you know, see the guy with a little for the throwing power. So Josh Allen for me fits me with the way this Madden plays a lot better. You know what I mean? My team for the most part stays the same. You know, still got Zeke. Give a couple of running backs.
What did you trade your third and fourth rounder for? Yeah.
Harrison.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Harrison Smith. Yeah, you got it from the Vikings dude when he was doing the.
Yeah, when he was doing his fire sale.
Third.
Yeah, cyber sale, the Black Friday flash sale. Everyone must go.
Yeah, his team should be godlike with how good that draft was, but he didn't draft very well. He had like 3 first-round picks in that draft. Can you imagine? Crazy.
Pretty hard to develop players though in this year's game, I find.
No, but I'm just saying that draft was so stacked though. He should have an amazing team. Like my draft was amazing, and I didn't even have good picks.
I mean, it is hard to develop. I mean, like, you know, we have stock development again. I mean, right now in 2 seasons, again, I've taken Anthony Brown, who was a 75, Jordan Lewis, who was like a 79, Wujie was like an 84, and Byron Jones was like an 82, 83. Those 2 guys are basically with confidence boost +2. They're both at like a 90, but their stock overall is 88 now, 88. Jordan Lewis is 85. And, you know, something. If you're focused on developing, you know, 2 positions, I mean, then, you know, your guys should have been going up. You know, if they're like, I mean, quick development, they should have been going up. But right now, I mean, I have no superstar or star development in my secondary, and I mean, my secondary for me is pretty good now. So
John Brown.
Yeah.
I don't know what they. I don't know what they did as far as the speed threshold goes, but ever since they made that change, the speed receivers are wrecking shop again.
Well, we have it on default, though. We have it on 75.
But still, it's not the same. It doesn't. I don't think it doesn't feel the same. It hasn't felt the same since they made that change.
The only reason is because I keep playing people who like don't cover the
zero
slot
blitz.
and give me a free release. Yeah, or they zero blitz all the time.
Yeah, see, for me, I don't mind.
Who the hell is this dude with 21.5 sacks he got here?
I traded Roger for him.
No.
Roger
yeah, he's good. Like, I mean, in every
he's
Madden
fast.
league I've seen him in. Yeah, in every Madden league I've seen him in, he always have these similar stats. Like, he's fast, strong, and he gets busy on Madden. Like,
and like I said, my other guy was out, so I only had 1 pass rusher because Farrell was out for 5 weeks. So
wow, this guy's a beast.
Yeah, just like last Madden, the guy had on the Jags, what's his name? Holmes. He was like a 99 in 1 year after 1 year, because he broke the sack record.
Yeah, that was the development last year was so stupid.
Yeah, it was insane.
Your awards, you would get like
you get like 20K, and you had a god.
And I was like, Clint, you got to tell these people they can't have these stacks. There's got to be a cap.
CJ Mosley's amazing in this game.
Well, he's not as good as Kuechly though. You have the better guy, but yeah, he's good.
Kuechly's a god at linebacker, man.
Yeah, he's a beast.
Yeah, I can't complain. I like Mosley too, so I can't complain. It's also nice to have like 97 stamina and 97 injury, so they don't, you know, hurt
man.
and stuff.
The injury don't mean shit because I one game, bro, Zeke got hurt like several times that game. Like, I think Matt was trying to take him out of the game for the season or some shit. Like, and he had,
another linebacker with double-digit sack, double-digit INTs.
Well, I use him a lot. He should be the defensive rookie of the year, but they're giving it to some clown from the Raiders. It makes no sense for some reason.
Let's take a look, see what's going on there. Who does he have?
I don't even know who it is. I don't know.
Let me check the news.
Quarterman. I think it's that Quarterman guy. That guy is the guy above me, I think.
My offense is still ranked #1 for now, overall, for total stats. Which is crazy, because I mostly run the ball.
Shaquille Quarterman. What are his stats?
I got a 400-yard gap on the next nearest team rushing stats.
Wow, 31 INTs and 19 touchdowns.
Dude, he just throws directly at the middle third safety if you play middle of the field closed coverage. So yeah, that's not really surprising.
My defense is ranked 9th overall total yards.
Got 102 tackles.
If it
3
wasn't for the
INTs,
forced wins,
3.5
my
sacks.
defense would be. And on every fourth win I've gotten, I'm giving up like 21 or 28 points and 100 yards on the ground and all this nonsense.
I see the Rams D-line and this year playing like gods. They played like trash last year, but they getting sacks this year. Yeah, 65 sacks.
It's like they come in bursts. Like you'll have a game where Aaron Donald will get like 5 insta sacks, and then he won't do anything for like 5 weeks.
Damn, I got 11 forced fumbles on there. What they're killing. Roger leading the league by a good number on interception at 47. Like, why did
no one should have more than 3 seconds to throw against Rodgers' defensive line ever.
I mean, I feel like I'm the exception. I think it's like that and the Eagles. Like, I think those 2 teams came preloaded.
Well, yeah, I mean, you might have 2 teams in the entire league that are blessed like that. The rest of them have to piecemeal stuff.
Right, I mean, like, it's really the Eagles and the Cowboys, and then the Steelers have a really good line. I'm not sure where they're at now because the team's been passed around like a cheap whore, but between owners, so I'm not sure if they've regressed a lot, but yeah.
Like most teams would be happy with a line like mine that has 2 guys on the right side and average guys everywhere else.
Yeah, the thing is, he didn't even need to get Von Miller. Like, his team already is amazing. Like, it's crazy.
No. Yeah, that may have been the worst trade in CFM history. I'm like, why would you trade within your division? You're giving up that particular player to a team that already has fucking Bosa and Melvin Ingram.
And yet again, like, how do you trade a player who can play any position? He can play any linebacker position, either defensive end.
All right, and I'm
it doesn't
like,
make any sense to trade a guy
like who's the Broncos user? Is he one of these? Now, why did he do that?
Like, I don't know. I'm like, so you didn't take Odell from him. Like, you didn't take none of his star players from him. You just basically gave him for free. Like,
I think we're gonna have to do a committee on the trade starting next year. I was gonna make a suggestion.
Yeah.
I think people are just getting robbed too much.
Yeah, man, I'm not making any more.
I think we're past time for that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a reset. I think we do a reset. I'm definitely going back. I'm going with my Saints if we reset.
No, I don't even want to do a reset. I want to go 5 or 6 seasons. I want to see what the game is like.
That's true. All right, let's go ahead and finish it on the watch. What's going on? Hi, fellas, man. It's been real.
Let me look at Jim's stats.
See you guys in the postseason.
All right. Well, yeah, I hope to see you in the postseason if I can make it that far. We'll see. Probably not.
Yeah, I mean, I
have a really hard time beating Roger for one of the reasons you're talking about. Is his I cannot throw the ball in the middle of the field literally at all because I can't read his user. So
and he's really good at adjusting to take away the sidelines also.
That's why I say my approach was let me go with a team that can run the football, and then if pass gets broken for some odd reason for offenses, then I at least not gonna run the football. So.
Well, I don't have Ezekiel Elliott for one thing, but I also don't have against Roger. He's not going to settle for field goals either, so you got to score points.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, like right now, yeah, I mean,
we'll see though.
I almost traded Zeke, and I was like, no, you know what, bro? Zeke breaks a big run for me every game. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with the guy. He ain't doing me wrong. All beta and all so far. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with Zeke.
If you have one of these super backs in this game, Zeke, Gurley, Gordon, McCaffrey.
Yeah, there's not many of them, but those guys are just so freakishly good, man.
I almost pulled the trigger to get DJ Chark and Fournette, but I'm like, man, Zeke just has that extra special it factor. Like, he just somehow every
well, Fournette's
game,
pretty good too, but he's not as fast.
I mean, for me, I really don't care about the speed. I mean, because he's a bit stronger, and he always falls forward. But it was the injury rating for me that I'm like, you know what, he gets hurt too much in real life. And I know they nerfed the injury rate, and this year we can't put points on injury. So I'm like, I'd rather keep my guy that I know should rarely ever get injured on Madden.
Yep, I'm gonna head out. I'll export this to my YouTube.
Yep.
And all that good stuff.
Viewers. Might have been better just to keep it on YouTube, but I think overall it's better that we move it over here. If we can maybe give people more time, you know, to schedule to come view it. We didn't really give people time, so. And I don't know if we really picked up anybody, you know, Twitch viewers. Because on YouTube, you can't really pick anybody up, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get your usual people to come look at your games, but you're not going to pick up anybody who's looking for a Madden game on YouTube. But yeah, I'll let you guys get on here too, so.
Alrighty, so I'm going to end this bad boy.